and welcome to Subcultured. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Aaron. Britain's been the birthplace to a number of subcultures, from the Teddy Boys of the 1950s to the punk movement of the 1970s. And even today, with music genres such as grime and dubstep, small groups around the UK continue to contribute to our cultural identities.
However, across the last decade, the internet has not only connected us more than ever, but it has also given us access to a globally generated endless supply of entertainment, music and fashion.
Now, as a result of the huge variety in styles and genres out there, are subcultures still relevant, and can they still provide the unique identity and solidarity seen in early youth culture?
So, in today's show, we will try and answer this subcultured identity crisis, and here is what we have coming up.
Hannah heads out to Albert Road and takes a look around dress code to see if people can still reflect on identity through clothing and fashion styles.
Then, we will be joined in the studio with the rapper Junior, who will be talking to us about his music, clothing and the impact of social media for an upcoming artist.
After that, I spend some time with the band Indiana Quiet Cats to find out how relevant subcultures are in the Portsmouth music scene.
And to end the show, we have a performance live from Junior right here in the Subculture studio. Well, it certainly sounds like a busy show, doesn't it?
Sure does. Can't wait.
And if you'd like to find out more information on the people and places that we visited, then visit our Facebook page.
For our first stop, we decided to talk with a few students at University of Portsmouth who are studying the creative and cultural industries and asked what exactly is a subculture and if anyone identifies himself as being part of one. Here is how we got on.
I don't really know what a subculture is, to be honest.
Can't say I know for sure, but I'm guessing it's a culture which isn't in the area which you're in.
I think a subculture is isn't it like a separate thing from one main culture, something like that?
I think a subculture is a type of mostly youth, I think. So a group of people who don't really want to wear or look how society wants them to. So like a mod subculture, for example, like ride around on scooters. It's more historic, I think, than today.
A subculture is like different groups of people and they all have similar interests and tastes.
People would call me indie, I think, but I don't really like to think I have a genre.
I like pretty much all kinds of music, but I do quite like rock and like some pop music as well.
Not really particularly, but I guess like rock and pop and stuff. I don't really listen to the charts that much.
I quite like 90s. Like a lot of the stuff on my iPod is 90s, but I like pop music, just anything that's in the charts really.
I can't say I got a favourite genre at all really, but I do like going to music festivals.
I wouldn't really say I like follow the trends, I just kind of wear what I like.
I'm not sure what style or era for me, but I think I would be influenced by fashion. I do quite like a lot of fashion.
Not directly, so I won't look at someone and think I want to wear what they're wearing.
I don't think I'm into fashion really. I'm pretty simple with what I get really.
I don't really think fashion influences me at all.
Throughout the years, subcultures have been referred to by many different names, countercultures, style tribes, underground alternative scenes, all of which describe an ever-growing network of music genres, fashion styles and ideologies that can provide an identity to a generation.
On the other hand, some subcultures have been associated with antisocial behaviour and drug abuse and presented as part of gang culture, rather than a shared appreciation of music and clothes.
Youth culture in Britain emerged in the 1950s as a result of the post-World War II baby boom, which saw one of the first generations free from global conflict with the luxury of a disposable income. This allowed them to buy clothes, music and seek alternative lifestyles from their parents. And since then, every generation has brought with it a variety of subcultures.
For some, creating these countercultures was an act of rebellion and embraced the idea of anarchy, whereas others were seeking more creative goals rather than passively accepting what the mainstream culture provides.
So, subcultures can be seen as negative due to their criticism of the mainstream culture, but serve a purpose of bringing together like-minded individuals who were neglected by society and allow them to develop a sense of identity.
Clothing and music are the most identifiable features of each subculture, clothing possibly more, as it creates the first impression. So to try and find out how these identities are achieved, I went to speak to Linda, the owner of Dress Code, an alternative clothing shop on Albert Road.
Hello Linda.
Hello.
Thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with me. So first of all, this place is amazing. There is so much cool stuff in here. It's pretty cool. So tell me a bit more about Dress Code.
We opened 20 years ago this summer actually. I should organise a party really. It's lacking of me. So yeah, it's quite weird because the 90s are back in.
Yeah, they really are.
So yeah, it seems it's flown by.
Yeah, I bet. Who would you say that this type of fashion accommodates for?
Our main customers are students and musos, I would say.
Yes.
University, obviously, you got new customers each year, so that's quite good. And Southsea's just sort of young and a bit bohemian generally, so fits in.
Well, how would you say that this clothing can reflect an identity or belief?
Well, it used to be everything, I would say, sort of before social media, how you dressed, that's how you recognise your tribe and how you said what you wanted to say about yourself, obviously, because there was nothing that, you know, there was no Facebook or anything, so how you dressed was kind of everything, how you knew where your people were.
And now we kind of have those platforms where you can broaden it all.
You can say, I like this, I'm like this, I don't like this, but it was all said in your dress previously, which I think it's still like that to a certain extent, but not as much.
Okay, so how would you say that internet and social media has changed the way in which people are buying these type of different fashions?
Good question. A lot, I would say, actually, because of eBay and cheap imports. The price of clothing particularly, but you know, everything, but the price of clothing particularly has really, really fallen. So I don't know, I think maybe that's reflected by people care less about their clothes.
Yes. Well, how relevant would you say subcultures are to fashion?
Very, I would say, because fashion nicks from subculture all the time, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it just goes round in circles. I don't think it's so important the other way round. Subculture doesn't really care about fashion, does to a certain extent, but generally speaking, people just stay in. I mean, Hell's Angels, for example, aren't going to care.
So would you say subcultures are still relevant to our generation?
They kind of are and kind of aren't, and there are still loads of little tribes, aren't there? There's like at the moment, grunge is back in, so lots of sort of like that's gone fairly mainstream. You know, everyone's wearing a flannel shirt, aren't they? You know, but that's good because it means that, you know, it's referencing Nirvana and Mudhoney, and people are starting to look into that music. I still go to lots of gigs, so I think yes and no, because it all kind of merges. I went to see the Fat White Family last night at the Wedge. Loads of teenagers there, loads of sort of like old muso men, sort of in their 50s, and everyone in between, and there was no real style of dress. So I think it is still relevant, but it's all merging strangely. I don't know what it's merging into. Maybe it's just merging into people who like the music and people who don't.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lydia, for doing this interview.
I really did enjoy looking around there, and if you'd like to find out more information on dress code, then visit the Subcultured Facebook page.
Joining us now in the studio is the rapper Junior Caesar. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
So, you're into the rapping scene. How did you first get into that? And
I'll say I started taking rap more seriously when I got into college.
Okay.
So when I started college, I met a group of friends who were all rappers, who I do music with now. So Chris and Moore, Navisetti, and Frenchie. I met those three first, and then I remember a day when they said to me, "Yo, you need to rap. Like, you tell us that you rap, but we haven't heard you rap." And I was like, "Nah, I've got songs on SoundCloud. Go on my SoundCloud, check me out." And they were like, "Nah," because as a rapper, you need to always have lyrics on you. So the next day, I must have come back to them, and then I was like, "Yeah, okay, I've got a little something." So I rapped to them, and then they were like, "You're actually good. You know, this is something that you should, you know, take more seriously." So after that, we started, you know, rapping together in college and lunchtime, break times, during class. And ever since that, I took music more seriously since college. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So I've heard your band is called XXVI. What, is that Roman numerals? What does that mean?
Yeah. So that stands for 26 in Roman numerals. And the whole ideology behind the 26 is that every major project that we work on, such as albums or singles or music videos, we always want to drop them on the 26th of any given month.
Oh,
so,
it's a connection then.
Yeah, so yeah, and so my first tape dropped on April 26th, then my second one September 26th.
Okay.
So everyone in the group follows this method of releasing on the 26th. Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. So, who would you say are your musical influences?
So my music influences, I would have to say J. Cole, Tribe Called Quest, Slick Rick, who else? I do listen to a lot of Kanye, like early Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No.
nah, not that. Yeah, but no, a lot of storytell rap. I think it's really important, especially as a storyteller, if you're rapping, is that it's a way you connect with your audience, you know, because it's personal life stories, and I think that's why I connect with rappers a lot as well. So I want people to connect with me on that level as well.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
So would you say that your band or group fits into a particular subculture?
I would say, yeah, I think all of us fit into different subcultures.
Yeah.
So there's 5 artists in the group right now. So basically, I feel like Chris, for example, he does relate to a lot of like Chris and Nat actually.
Yeah.
They relate to the North London sort of subculture, you know. So Chris can tell you about, you know, the grittiness of the streets and, you know, that type of thing. So I do feel as a group we do fall into a subculture of like that urban London life where, you know, we can tell you about the roads sort of thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously fashion is huge in today's society. Does your band have a brand?
Yeah, so this is like our jumpers. These were like the first editions. But yeah, this is something that we're really trying to explore more as a brand, is getting into more clothing, because I think when we go to like open mics and shows and stuff like that, I think it's something that's important for us to represent ourselves and, you know, show that, yeah, this is who we are with XXVI. Yeah,
So would you say that social media has an impact on your group?
Definitely. We use social media all the time, so Twitter, Instagram, and that's how, you know, we gain our following and connect to the people that we want to work with in the future or we have worked with. And yes, I think social media does play a very key part.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you very, very much for coming in and having a talk with us. And we look forward to hearing your song later on in the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
Right.
So now, while we're at Junior Gate Setup, we're going to take a look at how I got on when I spent some time with the Indiana Choir Cats to ask a few questions about the Portsmouth music scene.
Right, yeah, so I'm Kenny. I'm the lead singer of the band, also play rhythm guitar quite badly.
He's alright.
I'm Joe. I do lead guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Luke. I play the bass.
And I'm Jordan. I play the drums. And we all sort of write together.
Yeah, we're all songwriters in the band.
How long have you guys been together as a band?
Yeah, well, we're pretty new. We've only been, how long have we been together? About 3 months now.
3 months, yeah.
Do you guys consider yourself as being part of a subculture?
We've all sort of come from different genres of music, really. Like,
Jordan's been a DJ for years. Jordan's our drummer.
I make digital music, like hip hop and stuff like that. So
Joe's a rock god.
we haven't got one.
Don't think it really exists no more as much as it used to, is it?
no.
Days of like 60s rock and roll, like punk and all that.
Yeah, that didn't even. That was like one of the biggest subgenres.
Probably
influenced like punk.
Clash,
but how quick was that over? That was like a few years, wasn't it?
But probably something will come around soon, I guess.
Like, yeah, but that's it. But then people have made music.
Slaves have kind of brought back a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People have been bringing it back their own sort of ways, haven't they?
Do you guys feel that the internet and social media changed the way people access and appreciate music?
Majorly.
It's ruined music.
Not really. I wouldn't say so. You get a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, it's ruined music."
Yeah, I disagree.
But then we're hearing more music. Do you know what I mean? It's so easy to make music.
Yeah, but
put
you
it on
can
the
just
internet.
download in terms of like making money.
Financially, it's not. But that's where you make your money off your gigs and your things like that.
And finally, are subcultures still relevant in music?
Yeah, definitely. Like the fashion, you know, say about the fashion aspect, it's definitely still there with different genres.
Not as much as it used to be, I wouldn't say.
But it's still there.
We're going to create a new subculture by being different.
Start revolution.
Well, they were certainly a very interesting bunch of lads, and if you'd like to hear their full song, it is available on the Subcultured Facebook page.
Well, sadly, that is all that we have time for on today's show. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all the people and bands shown in today's programme.
That's right, and as always, a big thank you to everyone watching.
And now, to finish off the show, we have the highly anticipated performance from Junior Caesar and D'Angelo with their song Ceilings. We hope that you enjoy. It's a goodbye from us.
Goodbye for now.
I fell from the ceiling. Anybody hear me? I said, anybody hear me? Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Anybody hear me? Anybody? Too high, too high. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Anybody hear me? Anybody? Too high. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Most of the rhymes are you feeling? Damn, I've been chilling. Girl, I've been billing. Most of the nights I've been living. Girl, I've been tripping. Finna hit the top, I'm the illest. Girl, I'm the feel. Girl, I'm the deal. Damn, me so chill. Girl, I've been cooling with my brothers. So I fell down from the ceiling. What you really know? I'm just a villain from the east side. Been around for a minute, let me speak my SHI. Finna play with fire if you try and test me. If you wanna be like me, all mistakes you have to make like me. Things ain't changed, I'm still cool, broski. Black tee, Levi jeans, and Nikes. Girl, I fell from the. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. I fell from the ceiling. One more time in a minute. One more time in the linen. When the heat rise to the ceiling. Oh, my mind gon' be feeling. Blow my mind to the finish. Love my soul to beginning. No, I fell from the ceiling. Oh, I know what I'm feeling. Oh, my mind, I've been tripping. I've been sipping that juice. Baby, I've been looking at you. Straight from the cloud right above, won't you sit next to me? The chef in the kitchen, he cooking the beat. JJ can get you whatever you need. Straight from the east, took a flight to the sea. Spoke to the people believe. Fly like an eagle from diesel to cheese. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. So let me break it down. We just been chilling, my brother sitting on the couch. Order some pizza, I think it might be coming now. We also got some to go token boss around. A couple games of FIFA had me looking from a cloud. Thinking I was number 7, let me break it down. Bought the Henny out, piffing on the loud. Had me cutting out what you know about. Sailing on the couch and the ocean is your house. Ocean in your mouth, make you fly 1,000 miles. I can see the clouds, the galaxy all around. Things stayed the same for a while in and out. I just been falling right down. Came from the ceiling and now. Told you the story and now I should start taking a bow. I'm just frustrated on how I fell down from the cloud. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. High. Woke up early this morning. Swear down the pigeons were talking. Hi. Woke up early this morning. Told me that baby I'm falling. Baby I'm falling. Woke up early this morning. Swear down the pigeons were talking. Pigeons were talking. Woke up early this morning. Told me that baby I'm falling. Baby I'm falling. Girl, I fell from the ceiling. Does anybody hear me? I'm too high. Said I'm too high. Said I'm too high. Too high, too high, too high. Too high, too high, too high.